I'm curious if someone can figure out how to start MMO on a budget. Yeah, well, as much as people don't like to talk about it, I think the AI stuff is gonna be what actually brings that about. I think AI cutting development costs for studios is what's most likely to make MMOs have any chance of resurgence, because right now it's clear the costs are too high in the Western market. Lazy Peon just put out a video talking about this point. We're seeing so many MMOs come out of the East, and a lot of it has to do with the financials. They can make them cheaper and justify the cost for what they end up earning. Whereas literally in the past 6 months, 4 Western developed MMOs that were promising got canceled. And it's almost certainly entirely due to the finances. They didn't want to spend the money to finish those products. If you're trying to develop a MMO and your studio's in California, you got a couple hundred employees, you're paying 20, 30, 40 million a year just in salaries. Yeah, that game's gotta pop off. It's a tough nut to crack. We'll see what happens. But certainly right now, the current accounting for it is not justifiable for a lot of the people who are spending the money to make these games. Fronting the money to make these games. That's not just my opinion, just literally look at the Western MMO market. It's just getting gutted. The people who are putting up the hundreds of millions of dollars that it takes to make an MMO, they want as close to a sure bet as they get. And so anything that's too out there, they're like, no, we don't want to spend our money on that. Rather than spending 400 million to make your MMO that's taken some chances, let's spend 50 million to make this phone game that'll make twice the money. And that's what happens. And I don't even know why. I hadn't really thought about it until I saw Peon mention it. I'm like, yeah, you're right. We're seeing so many Eastern MMOs come out full of all this pay to win and you know what I mean, that we don't love over here, but we'll still give the games a look because we don't have any other new games in the genre coming from anywhere else. And they keep coming out. Why aren't any Western studios coming out with MMOs? For every 5 new Eastern MMOs, maybe we get 1 new Western MMO. And then when Peon was like, yeah, dude, it just costs less money to make the games in that market. You know, they have to pay less to develop a similar product. And then on top of the fact that they tend to monetize more heavily as well so that they can justify it more. And I'm like, dude, you're right.